Vlada from Vlada's Place. Please pay no attention to my fabulous hairdo because on the days when I'm hosting and when I don't have time to fuss with my hair, I put it in a curlers like this and then I'm off to kitchen to do what I should be doing, and that is cooking and preparing for my guests. So I have company on the way and I'm preparing a dessert. This is a recipe that I stumbled on a couple of days ago. I was just experimenting with a couple of ingredients and the recipe turned out to be really good. Now, I didn't write it down, and today I'm going to recreate that recipe with the precise measurements, and hopefully it comes out exactly that it did the other day. And if it does, both you and I can have this recipe for the future hostings or future events. Ingredients could not be more simple. All we need are some eggs, a little bit of baking soda, baking powder, a little bit of vanilla, a pinch of salt, oil, yogurt, sugar, and berries. These are fresh frozen berries, and we're gonna have them halfway thawed. So we don't want them to be completely thawed. So we want them to have some consistency to them, that is just some firmness from the fridge, but not completely frozen. We'll start with the 5 whole eggs. 2 eggs, we're gonna add 1 cup of sugar. Whenever possible, use homegrown eggs and raw sugar. Whip it really good before adding yogurt. And when it comes to yogurt, I would suggest to use full fat yogurt. Don't use low fat or no fat. Okay, we're gonna just mix these two together now. And then we're gonna add oil. So we have a cup of sugar, a little bit more than a cup of yogurt, just a little bit more. And simply that's because all I had in my container and I just wanted to use it all up. Now we're gonna add oil. And whatever's left in a dish, you can just put it like this in a baking dish, so the rest of the oil will drain in there. And by the way, we're gonna bake this in a little Dutch oven like this. Add some vanilla for your taste. Okay, and we're gonna need a pinch of salt. And then all that's left to do is to add some baking powder and baking soda. Now, I did not measure this when I was baking this originally. I just kind of, maybe it's a quarter teaspoon of baking powder and about a quarter teaspoon of baking soda. And that's it. I'm gonna mix this. And then we're just gonna layer the phyllo dough and berries, and we're gonna bake it. Wonderful thing about this recipe is that it's so delicious. When you have a first piece, you feel like, okay, I'm ready for the next one, because it's just that good. But another thing is it's very easy to make, and it's made out of a very few simple ingredients, and it's all natural. And today, in this era when everything is full of so many different chemicals and ingredients, it's really refreshing to have a dessert that's simple, easy to make, and great tasting. Okay, so we're going to the next step, which basically we're just gonna layer this. And we're gonna pour some of this mixture in between, and we're gonna layer berries as well. So what you wanna do, you wanna put about 3 to 4 sheets of phyllo dough in your dish. And I'm just gonna crumble these sheets, or just wrinkle them like this. Okay, so let's go with 4 on the bottom. Right? then we're gonna pour some of this mixture. Place the whisk with a ladle. Right. You see how nice and thick and creamy this mixture is? And that's exactly what we want. It looks beautiful. Okay, so I'm not going to start putting berries right away. I'm going to do a couple of layers of phyllo because the berries are moist, very moist, especially because they're frozen. So we want to make sure that we give a good base to this cake or dessert, whatever you want to call it, before we add berries. There we go. Now we're just going to sprinkle some berries. When you make desserts like this, always pay attention to the corners, because in most cases, all the good stuff ends up being in the middle of a cake. So even when I make pizza, I always pay attention and make sure that edges get enough of a good stuff so that they are equally delicious and tasty as the middle part of your cake. Okay, look how beautiful this is. And then we're just going to keep layering. Okay, phyllo dough is such a versatile dough, and you can do so many wonderful things with it, and it's quick, and this is one of those things that I always have in my fridge for unexpected dinners or visits, because with the phyllo dough in my fridge, I'm only like a few minutes away from creating something that's delicious, unique, and something that, you know, guests like, because you have this light dough which you can stuff and fill with all sorts of things. Okay, so you notice again, I'm separating berries with 2 layers of dough. Okay, we just sprinkle some more again. And one thing to keep in mind is when you bake this cake, it's gonna look like it's undone. You're gonna notice that middle part of the cake as it bakes, it's gonna be kind of shaky and it's gonna look like it's raw. Don't be afraid. We just that extra moisture is actually what we really need in there. So we're just gonna make sure that we set the temperature right and we set it enough time so that all of this cooks properly and evaporates, the moisture evaporates. That was simple enough, wasn't it? So all that's left is to bake it and to make sure that you let it rest before you serve it. Meaning that once it's baked, we're gonna need at least an hour for the dish to set and to cool off before we serve it. Our beautiful dessert is done, and I told you not to cut it at least an hour after it's been baked, but since I want to finish up the video, I'm gonna cut in a little bit sooner. I've let it rest for 20 minutes, and I just want to show you what this looks inside. Again, once it cools off, the layers will be nicer. See, it's still steaming, which again, not the best thing, but I'm a little bit in a rush. I like finishing off mine with a little bit of a real maple syrup and some fresh berries on side. Super easy to make, quick, and if desserts can be semi-healthy or semi-good for you, this is what that would look like. Meaning that ingredients inside are all natural, they're fresh, they're simple, And a dessert like this can be a dessert, but it also can be a great breakfast. It's time to get ready for my guests. The table is set, and for dinner tonight, I'm serving homemade eggplant parm. Eggplant parm is one of my favorite Italian dishes, and this one turned out particularly good. Cooking is all about the friends and family, so let the dining begin. Thank you so much for watching. That's all for today, and I'll see you again soon.